feelings wrong? No. Are emotions wrong? No. But our society, many of you seated today looking at me, are depending on a feeling to show you your wife. You are depending on a feeling to show you your husband. You are depending on a feeling to love your wife if you're married, or a feeling to love your husband. You are depending on a feeling to serve God. You are depending on a feeling to believe that you are loved in your department. You are depending on a feeling. Feelings are deceptive, very deceptive. Feelings can be deceptive and are not an accurate measure of love. Before I tell you what love is, I want to show you a scripture that blessed me. Dimensions of true love. Let's discuss that. Ephesians chapter 3, please, from verse 17 and 18. It's amazing how Paul gives us his exegesis on the subject of love. Very strange communication that came from Paul, and let's see what he's saying. Paul said that Christ may dwell in your hearts by faith. Look at me, listen. That ye being rooted and grounded in love. Now Paul is confusing us here. Paul is giving us an idea. You know, he's using agricultural terminologies, but this is not where I'm going. Verse 18, it says may be able to comprehend with all the saints. Read on with me. What is the number one? The breadth. Number two, the length. Number three, the depth. Number four, the height. So love has these dimensions. There is breadth, there is length, there is depth, there is height. Have you experienced these dimensions in your definition of what you call love? If I ask you what is the breadth of love and when should it be used, because it's in the Bible. If I ask you what is the length of love and when should it be used, because all these dimensions have their relevance. Remember, he's teaching us to grow in the fullness of God who is love, and he's fragmenting this dimensionally, and he's saying that love has breadth and length and depth and height. Which one of the four do you know? When you say love, which of them do you refer to? Because Paul is saying if that thing you are doing or know is love, it must have breadth. Listen carefully. It must have length. It must have depth. Thank you, media. It must have height. Believers, lovers, remember we love God and love ourselves. What is the name of what we have been doing with respect to this? My brother, when you say I love that lady, which of these? Is it the breadth, the length, the depth? When you say I love Jesus, which of them? I love you. I love my car. And Paul says that thing you are talking, there are dimensions. The first dimension, write it down. I want to give you the 4 dimensions. The Lord revealed this to me and it changed my life. It really did. If these 4 dimensions are not captured in your idea of love, then never talk about it. These 4 dimensions I'm about to describe for you, if they are not captured, all 4 must be captured for it to be called love. 3/4 in this equation is still F. It must be 4/4 to be called God's idea. The dimensions of love. Ready? Number 1, passion. The first dimension of love is passion. There is no love if it cannot be expressed in passion. That's why I told you that there is a place for feelings. It's only that feelings is not the entire scope. Please follow me. In this teaching, God is going to be revealing to many of us the mistakes we have been making, whether in love relationships, even in marriages, and our work with God, and businesses and relationships among believers around. passion. What is passion? A strong or extravagant fondness of something. When you are strongly fond of something, it can be said you are passionate about that person or that thing. What is passion? Sorry, I'll hurry up, you can get the teachings. Enthusiasm or desire for someone or something. Your passion for a person or a thing is measured by your enthusiasm. Write this down. The proof that you are passionate about a person or a thing is pursuit. Pursuit. Pursuit is the proof of passion. When you love someone and you love something, you are willing to be vulnerable enough to pursue that personality, to pursue that idea. There cannot be passion when there is an ashamedness for pursuit towards God, towards men. Your desire for something. You cannot say you love a person or you love a thing and intrinsically there is no desire. Passion is called an intense enthusiasm, compelling desire. Even admiration qualifies to be called passion. There are many relationships and many marriages, many business ideas that do not have passion attached. So the individuals, they may say that they love this line of business, but I do not see pursuit. They may say I love this lady, I love this guy, but there is no desire for pursuit. Many say I love Jesus, I love the things of God, but there is no pursuit. The first dimension of love that must be at work in your life is pursuit. Psalm 8, please, quickly. Let's look at God himself demonstrating this dimension of love. Psalm 8 and verse 3. This is the psalmist in shock and awe as to why the God of the heavens, with all the dexterity of heaven, will still look down at man. Remember, the Bible said, for God so loved the world, I have loved you. We are not studying love from any relationship expert. We are studying love directly from the one who invented it himself. Because many people have carved out, I have great honor and respect for people, authorities that God has used in the area of love and relationship, but there is a deception that is destroying the body of Christ. Every angry person comes up with a book and any idea of what they believe and begin to mentor young guys and young ladies, and we are destroying marriages, visions, dreams, relationships because of wrong templates that are being communicated. So let's go to God. How did God express passion? This is what the psalmist saw that made him wonder. He said, God, is it that you cannot do without man? You threw your pride on the ground. Your throne is not enough for you. You look at a man that is so godless and doesn't love you. He said, when I consider the heavens, do you know what he's saying? Lord, you are not dull. You made the heavens without pillars, the works of your fingers. Can't you invent another thing to replace that man? The moon and the stars which thou hast ordained. Verse 4, we're reading to verse 5. What is man that thou art? Change mindful to passionate. Ready? What is man that thou art passionate? Anything that shame will not let you pursue, don't even start. Shame and love doesn't go hand in hand. No matter who you are, in the world of God's idea of love, you must be willing to throw shame down to pursue a person, an idea, or pursue God. When we were sitting here and the worship team were praising, I saw a Jimmy got up and he was dancing unashamedly. Is a proof of passion. Is that true? Listen, be careful. Whenever someone says he loves you or she loves you, or you think you love someone, Before you make a shipwreck of your life because of ignorance, ask yourself question number one: am I willing to be vulnerable enough to pursue? I have loved you with an everlasting love, and my everlasting love was demonstrated by my being mindful. Lord, there are many things to distract you in heaven. The beauty of heaven, the throne room, the 24 elders, and after he watches that orchestra in heaven, all of a sudden they find God thinking, and the elders can wonder, God, what again? And he says, man. Scene 2, here is the stubborn and careless man roaming around trying to make an image and bow to him, and the angel said, judge now, judge. God, you are wise. And he says, no, I'm not ashamed that as great as I am, God is a weak point man has gotten. This is God. Listen, don't ever marry anybody who doesn't have this thing I'm telling you. Big manism and passion cannot go hand in hand. Show me what wakes you in the night, and I know whether that idea is worth your love. What wakes you up? You snore by 10 and wake up by 11, say I'm an entrepreneur. It's not for you. It's very clear that you don't have passion for that thing. You can try other aspects of life. Not the Son of Man that you prove you are passionate by doing what? Visiting him. You leave your throne. You are not even considering whether people will say, how about God? You are too big for this childishness. He said, no problem. Say whatever you say about me. I am in love with that man, and the first dimension is my passion. I am not ashamed. Let's go back to our world of proud and arrogant people, where a guy claims he loves a lady, but he is still protecting his vulnerability. You are not passionate. You are not in love. Where somebody claims he loves a business, he loves his idea. I love this, I love that, I am a businessman, and you are not serious. I don't see you wake up in the night to read any book. I don't see you go for any seminar. You are not passionate. You do not love it. The first dimension of love is measured by your passion, and your passion measured by your willingness to pursue without being embarrassed. Lord, I love you, and you are praying and then fall asleep and sleep for 10 hours. No, when you are mindful of anything, there is passion there. Is God helping us tonight? Learn this. This is the spirit of wisdom speaking to you. We use words carelessly and do not understand the gravity of what we are saying. Lord, I love you. He says, which dimension is that? Dimension number one: I love you. I am passionate towards you. I am not ashamed of my vulnerability. Oh, David showed us what passion was. He danced before God, and the wife said, oh king, again, were you not trained well? David said, God that took me from the darkness to give your time, the willingness to give your energy, the willingness to give yourself to something or someone you believe in, is called commitment. The willingness to give your time, the willingness to give yourself. Passion talks of pursuit, the unashamedness to remain mindful of a thing. But commitment talks of the staying power. Brothers and sisters, there is no emotion to commitment. Commitment is a product of your belief in a thing. Staying power based on the fact that you believe. So you can see a believer being persecuted, and they are going to set fire on him, and he's willing. Lord, I remain with you. Denounce Jesus Christ or die. Is there any pleasure there? No, sir. Listen to me. Commitment is a state or quality of being dedicated. Another synonym for commitment is dedication. I know how committed you are to a person or a thing by dedication. I wrote a definition that when I finished writing it, I just leaned my head and I took a deep breath and I said, God, this is serious. Hear this. The third definition of commitment is an engagement or obligation that restricts freedom of action. Hi. You must write everything. Let me say it again. An engagement or obligation to someone or something that restricts freedom of action. Look at this kind of dangerous definition. So there is a restriction that commitment can create to your life. The love of God constrains.